Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Lukenessmonster, and this is Ask Lukenessmonster episode 81, the series on the channel where I answer your guys' questions from the comments down below. So if you guys want your questions answered in next week's video, make sure to comment down below in this week's video, and I'll try my very best to answer it. But real quick before you get into the first question, if you are new to the channel, make sure you go down and hit the like button and subscribe because we are going to be giving away this clone Captain Rex at 8.5k subs, but you do have to be subbed to the channel to enter. So make sure you go down and hit the like button and subscribe. And once we do actually hit 8.5k, I'll release a giveaway video. All you have to do is comment on that giveaway video to enter. And I do want to thank you guys so much for all the recent support. You guys have been killing it, and I couldn't do it without you guys. So thank you so much, and on to the first question. The first question from Halo Legend 117, he says, what do you think of this idea? Instead of the way Hasbro does waves now, this is how it would be done. With the 8 slots, 2 would go to prequel characters, 2 would go to OT characters, 2 for the Mandalorian / sequel content, and then 2 for gaming greats / comic characters. It would be much more efficient and would appeal to all collectors. So that is a really good idea on paper. But I'm going to have to disagree with the logic on this, and that's just because, one, that doesn't account for all medias, especially some of the newer stuff like Andor and Kenobi. I guess you could consider those like OT characters, but then those spots are getting taken up, and then some original OT characters like just some of the background aliens and some of the heroes that we haven't gotten yet wouldn't get those spots. But then I also do think that some of these waves do need to have more than just 2 of each. Like, for example, the previous Kenobi waves had 4 Kenobi figures in that wave. And I do think that, like, those waves are good to have 4 Kenobi figures in it. I don't think it only needs 2 and then 2 and then 2 and then 2. I think some of those waves need to have more than just 2. And so, because of that, I do think that how they're doing it is fine. I do wish they would kind of ratio out their prequel to sequel to all those different characters a little bit better, but I do think that some of their like 4 parts of like one character to a wave, it makes sense, and I think they're doing a pretty good job with their wave arrangements. The next question from Not Your Average YouTube User, he asks, how many of the Magnaguards will you be getting? And also, what outfit would you like for the upcoming Starkiller figure? So, Starkiller is as of right now leaked, but we have no clue when he's going to actually be officially announced. But I am kind of hoping just for his standard Sith outfit. I don't need his like Galen Merrick outfit or his like super assassin outfit. Just the normal basic red lightsaber Sith outfit I think would be the best option. And then I do think I'll probably end up picking up 2 to 3 Magnaguards. I'm definitely getting 2 because I want 2 to flank my General Grievous, but I may end up picking up a few more. We'll have to wait and see. I think it depends on the price, like whether it's a deluxe figure or a standard figure, and how just readily available they are. The next question from American Warrior Luke, he asks, what would be your top 5 Rebels characters you would like to see in the Black Series, which haven't been released yet? Great question. I think I gotta go, number 1's gotta be Agent Kallus, one of my favorite Star Wars Rebels characters, and we just have not seen a figure of him, so I'd love to get one of him. And then I gotta go with a lot of the Season 2 outfits that we never got. So a Season 2 Sabine, Season 2 Ezra, Season 2 Kanan. All those would be great. I'd love to see I was gonna say a Grand Inquisitor, but of course we've already gotten one of them. So just some of the Inquisitors that we haven't gotten, like I believe the 8th brother and I want to say the 7th sister. And then I'd also love to get like a Broken Mask Vader from the Season 2 finale. That one would be awesome as well. The next question from Amanda, they ask, do you think Hasbro should make a 2-pack of the 501st and Shock Trooper on the new clone body like the Disney Store did? What are your thoughts? So I'm not really sure what you're referring to with the Disney Store release there, but I do think that would be pretty cool. I do think that the 501st needs to be released on that new clone body for sure. Now, does it have to be in a 2-pack with a Shock Trooper? No, I think that'd be really cool, but it's definitely not necessary. I just like to see single releases of both of these figures, but like I said, I do like 2-packs, so if they happen to release a 2-pack, I'd be pretty happy with that as well. The next question from the Epic Nerd, he asks, why does Star Wars The Black Series not have the same articulation as other Hasbro figure lines, and why does Star Wars The Black Series seem to have such odd release dates compared to other Hasbro lines? Great question, and that's just mainly because there are different teams for different Hasbro brands. There's a Nerf team, a G.I. Joe team, a Marvel team, a Transformers team, all of these different Marvel or I'm sorry, these different Hasbro lines have different teams behind them, and so they don't really like collaborate that much. Obviously, you do see them kind of like the Hasbro Pulse live streams, like the fan first streams and stuff, but they have their own things going on. They have different release dates, different designers making the figures, so that's the main reason why they're different. They're not all run by the same people. The next question from Commander Cook, he asks, Lukenessmonster, what is your favorite pair of shoes you own? So I actually do have two at the moment. Right now, I do have a pair of black and blue Jordan 1s. One of my favorite shoes. I got them back in 2020, right before the pandemic, and I've just had them ever since. One of my favorite pairs of shoes. Obviously, they've gone through the ringer a little bit. I've had them for a few years, but I think one of my favorite pairs of shoes. I'm just a big Jordan 1 fan, so yeah, I really do love these. And then I also do have a pair of just white Nikes with like a blue swoosh. Not really sure what type of shoe this is. I know it's not like an Air Force One, but I'm not really sure what type of shoe this is. So let me know in the comments if you know. But this is one of my favorite pairs of shoes as well. I'm just a big fan of like the white look with the blue swoosh. It looks pretty cool. And yeah, that would have to be one of my favorite pairs of shoes as well. The next question from Star Wars Collector 1138. He asks, have you ever thought about making merch with the Shorts or Gaming Channel logo on it? So that is a good question, and if you guys didn't know, I do actually have Lukenessmonster merch available for purchase. It is linked. The top link in the description is my Teespring store, so if you do want to check that out, make sure to go do so, because I do got a lot of cool stuff on there. But yeah, I've thought about doing my other channels. If you guys didn't know, I also have other channels. Go check those out in the description as well. But yeah, those other channels just aren't near as popular as the main channel. And so I've got to see some popularity there before I drop merch. But I also do want to see some more interest in the merch that I've got now. Not a ton of people have really checked out the actual Lukenessmonster main channel merch yet. So if you are interested in those hoodies, go check them out, because I think they're pretty cool. And if you do want to see more merch from other channels, you got to show interest in the ones that we already do have up as well. And the next question is from Joseph, and he asks, I hope to start my own channel at some point. Do you have any tips? That is a great question. Definitely let me know whenever you do start it, because I'd love to check it out. But my biggest tip is just don't give up. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of people going to be telling you that you're not going to be able to do it, or that what you're doing isn't worth doing. And my main tip would be just to keep on doing it. If you love doing it, then nobody should tell you what to do. It's going to be a lot of work. For a long time, you're not going to get a ton of views or a ton of subscribers, but if you keep pushing through, it pays off in the end. Like, for example, it took me 6 months to get to 100 subscribers. So yeah, I believe that it's a very, very like disencouraging road at some times, but if you keep pushing through, keep on uploading videos, people want to watch your content. You just got to get it out there, which means you got to upload videos. So yeah, just keep pushing through, and that would be my main tip, is just don't give up. The next question from CT 2022, he asks, could you expect a Black Series Purge Electro Hammer Trooper to come out? Great question. That is one of the last Purge Troopers we need from the Fallen Order line, and I really hope so. I'm hoping that we maybe see more in the sequel of Fallen Order, and so because of that, maybe we get a figure. But to be honest, I don't know. It's been a few years since they've done a Purge Trooper, and I'd love to see more, but we'll have to wait and see. And then the last question from Not Your Average YouTube User, he asks, what 3D printer do you use, and what would you recommend? So yes, I do recommend the one I use, and that is the CR10. It is not necessarily a beginner printer, but it's not super complicated. It's definitely better for larger objects, like an ATST, for example. I did print that on the channel. Go check out those videos. They'll be linked in the description. But yeah, I would recommend the Ender 3 from Creality, the Creality Ender 3. One of the best starting printers on the market, and it is rather cheap. So if you are trying to get into 3D printing, start with the Ender 3. That's what I wish I would have done when I started, but I did end up getting the CR10, which is basically the same thing, but just a little bit harder to work with. So if you are trying to get into 3D printing, I say start with the Ender 3, and if your bed is not big enough, from there move up to the CR10. I do recommend both, but for starters, I recommend the Ender 3. Anyway, guys, that is going to do it for the video. If you did enjoy, the like button and subscribe. And if you do want your questions answered in next week's video, make sure to comment down below in this week's video, and I will try my very best to answer it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.